There have been many historic stretches of dominance that we have seen in NFL history, like Priest Holmes' 3-year stretch of averaging 1,530 yards and 19 TDs, or Micah Parsons' first 4 years of his career being 12 plus sack seasons. But I don't think any stretch is more mind-blowing than the prime of Al Baker. And it's crazy that not many people know about him when just in his rookie year, he put up the greatest defensive season the NFL had ever seen. Al Baker, born December 9, 1956 in Jacksonville, Florida, was a dual-sport athlete in his early years. After he graduated high school in 1974, he attended Colorado State University where he was a beast for the Rams. He was named 2-time All-Conference before declaring for the 1978 NFL Draft, where he was selected 40th overall by the Detroit Lions. His 6'6", 250-pound frame made him the perfect mixture of speed and strength. The previous year, Detroit ranked 18th in points allowed and went 6-8 behind one of the worst rushing defenses, so getting a guy like Baker that high up was one of the no-brainers that Detroit made that year. Detroit didn't improve much at all in 1978, but one thing was for sure, it wasn't due to the lack of production from the rookie D-lineman. Matter of fact, he put up one of the most dominating pass rushing seasons anyone had ever seen at just 22 years old. He sacked the QB a mind-boggling 23 times in 1978, earning the All-Pro, Pro Bowl, and the Defensive Rookie of the Year honors. Sacks were an unofficial stat at the time, so there wasn't no record book category to stamp his name on top of. But 43 years later, after Pro Football Reference tallied every sack from 1960 to 1981, Al Baker became the unofficial sack record holder. After Baker's historic season, the Detroit Lions defensive line began to gain some attention for their relentless pass rush. They adopted the nickname the Silver Rush, and they went on to break many franchise records. The tandem consisted of Baker, Will Bay, Doug English, and Dave Pureford. In 1979, however, the team went 2-14. The drop in wins was largely the offense's fault, as they ranked last in the league. But Baker rolled through offenses, as he recorded 16 sacks this year. Detroit still looked far from complete, but the disastrous 79 season landed them the first overall pick. With this, they landed Billy Sims. He was a running back out of Oklahoma and one of the most electrifying backs in college football. And his rookie year did not disappoint. He rushed for 1,303 yards and 13 TDs. This gave Baker's defense something to lean on. And in 1980, this Lions defense transformed into a monster, ranking in the top 5 in total defense. Their 9-7 record surprised many, but it still wasn't enough to win the NFC Central. Baker earned his 3rd straight Pro Bowl, recording a league-leading 17.5 sacks. In just his first 3 seasons, he had recorded 56.5 sacks, and if sacks were an official stat, this would have ranked first during that span, topping Reggie White's 52. He only would play 2 more seasons for Detroit though, as a contract dispute after the 1982 season sent him to the St. Louis Cardinals. His final season with the Lions, he only played 8 games and recorded 8.5 sacks. Al obviously still had a lot left in the tank. Detroit just didn't believe so they just let him go. With the Cardinals in 1983, Al Baker and his new teammate Curtis Greer stayed in the backfield all season. They combined for 29 sacks, with Baker also tallying 2 picks and 2 fumble recoveries. Baker was entering uncharted territory, but without a Pro Bowl selection since 1980, his insane production was going under the radar. A huge part of this was the absence of a playoff appearance, and from 1984 to 1986, Al Baker sacked the QB 25 times, but the Cards not once won their division. In his final 4 seasons, he bounced from Cleveland to Minnesota playing a productive vet role. His final year in 1990 though, he played only 9 games, recording 3 sacks before retiring. Despite his monumental career, he was very vocal after retirement about not having his son follow in his footsteps and play the dangerous game of football. He retired a 3-time Pro Bowler, a 1-time All-Pro, and a Defensive Rookie of the Year. He finished his career with 65.5 official sacks and 131 unofficial sacks. He is one of just 62 players to record 100 sacks in a career. And his crazy level of production he had early in his career really deserves to look back on. From 1978 to 1983, arguably, there wasn't no pass rusher as disruptive as Al Baker. And if you guys want to see more career recaps like this, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.